Welcome to the Pregnant Bitches podcast.
I'm Jessie.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're just a couple pregnant bitches navigating motherhood together.
Welcome back to the Pregnant Bitches podcast. I'm really excited for today's episode.
Yes, before we get in, we thought we'd do like a little life update because a lot of shit's been going on. So, Amanda, are you pregnant?
I'm not pregnant. I'm on my second period since the last episode we were talking about? How I was waiting for my period or I got it. Jessie's still...
I still haven't fucking got it.
Still haven't gotten a period. How old is he now?
8 months, but I stopped breastfeeding at 6.
Yeah,
so it's been 2 full months of no breastfeeding and my uterus hurts.
So it has to be coming. So with both kids, I remember I got my period exactly 2 months right after I stopped breastfeeding.
So
hopefully it's coming. And if you're hanging out with me, maybe I'll give it
someone
to you.
else I know got their period too. Like all the moms that have had babies after me have all gotten their periods except for me. But one of my friends said she literally was like a murder scene. It
is a murder scene. And it's so painful. The first 2 times, I remember those ice packs that we talked about. I kept my extra ice packs because the first day after, I literally had to put an ice pack in. It literally felt like we were giving birth again.
Fuck. I'm really nervous. I'm actually really nervous.
Update 1, Jessie, no period.
No period and not pregnant, but
not pregnant and I'm on my period currently.
Ugh, gross. Sorry. Well, no, I know what it feels like and I'm not excited.
It's awful.
And
but the one thing I will say is I was actually out for coffee with one of our girlfriends yesterday. And when we were younger, we were like, ugh, our period's coming. Now I'm so excited for it to come. I know my body's working with me. I feel
you want it.
You want it at the stage. You're like, wow, my body's working. I feel good. Everything's
it's a sign that you're fertile and ready. I'm a little nervous because I'm like, oh my God, what if I want a third?
Right.
Am I gonna have third infertility, secondary infertility? No, but it could be a thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I look better.
You look
but
better.
I'm fucking fired up because Benny's sleeping.
Woo, woo, woo. Benny.
Finally.
8 months later.
8 months later.
A long time.
It's a long time. But I will say, I saw something the other day, someone interviewed this Costa Rican family and they were like, do you do sleep training? And they're like, what are you talking about sleep training? They're like, we just accept that for the first year
you're
in
not
2 years, you're just not sleeping.
Okay.
And when you mentally prepare yourself for not sleeping, it's not that bad. And I think our society is 3 months, you got to sleep. 3 months, you got to sleep. And I'm like, that's fucking insane. They're too little.
They are little.
So I feel like.
Unless you lock them up like me.
But look, at a certain age, you kind of got to let them cry it out a little bit just to let them try and fall back asleep. So we did. But I will say that it also takes time. I didn't feel comfortable leaving a kid screaming now he can move, he can play with a little bear,
screaming, just laying still,
screaming in a fucking swaddle. I don't know.
Well, you're out of it.
But I'm slowly getting back to sleep. But the older one now.
But that's going to be back and forth.
Forever.
That's going to be up, down, unless you lock him in too.
He broke the lock on his door.
Inside.
You
have to do the outside lock.
I know.
Arlo is locked in and he can't do anything. And now he tells us, I'm not touching the door till you come and get me. You put toys in his room.
I know. No, he does it, but I know. It's whatever. Anyway, so the whole episode theme anyways is life with 2.
Okay, let's talk about life with 2. And I like our title, Expecting Your Second, question mark?
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
So I would say that the biggest thing after 2 is the shift of the cutest moments you'll ever have and the fucking most terrifying moments you'll ever have. Terrifying. Recently it's been really scary. I literally am just playing defense. And the older Benny gets, the worse it is because now he's touching Ziggy's toys and he wants to play and he wants to be involved.
He's gonna grab everything.
He's thick enough that he can be with him. It's not a newborn. But also then he comes and bitch slaps him in the face. Yep. Bitch slaps him.
Does he cry or laugh?
Usually 1 second cry into laugh.
Second kid.
Yes, the other day, oh my God, Amanda, I actually thought he was ruined for life. Ziggy bashed his head in and one of his teeth went back up. Went back up.
Yeah, because it's so sensitive.
Fuck. Came back down.
It came back down. The tooth is back.
The dentist.
No, it's very scary.
It's scary.
It's very, especially 2 boys. Firstly, all we know is 2 boys. But I've seen our friends with girls where they literally sit there playing with dolls or petting their sister's fucking hair, but not with boys.
I think they, the same way that you have to adjust to two, they have to adjust to two. And they just went
100%.
from like Ziggy was like my baby when I went to the hospital
Yes.
pregnant or whatever,
Yes.
birth center. And when I came home, he was like my teenager. Like it's very weird. Like you think that, and they're still a baby. Like their life
three is
didn't
still
change.
a baby. And also, when you bring a baby home where it's not moving, not touching Ziggy's things, not doing
He didn't
anything,
care.
He didn't really care so much.
No.
He was like, okay, whatever. Like, yes, the baby's taking some attention from me, but it's not doing anything. Now, with what you're saying, when they start, I have to buy 2 of everything now.
100%.
It's like I have twins.
Yeah.
Toolbox, punching each other, kicking each other. My brother was here. He was like, you better go buy another fucking toolbox or I'm not coming over.
Yeah.
Next week he comes, there's 2 toolboxes because
They
they're
fight.
learning how to share,
Yeah.
but they are fighting, they're ripping it out, and Ace gets shafted.
Yeah,
because
100%.
Arlo is
It's
like,
like
it's
this-
mine. And like now we're trying, like you have to share. So I put a timer on my phone. Ace gets something for a minute. When the timer goes off, Arlo gets something for a minute.
So something they taught us in Montessori was you don't use the word share, you use the word turn, because then
Right.
it's rightfully theirs. It's your timer
Right.
concept, but
Right.
just like the word shift.
Right.
So it's Arlo's turn. He gets it for a
When
minute
he's
and then
done.
he gets it. So it's
Smart.
not anyone's toy to share. It's just like your turn.
So
to
that's what it
be
is. The
with
timer
it.
is your
Your
turn.
turn,
No
exactly.
one's touching it.
And then when your turn is over, you give it to the next one. And I actually
So it
think,
works.
Yeah, for sure.
It works until it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then they beat each other up. And then one's crying, one's laughing.
See, but yours is better, but also tougher. Like it's better in that, like if Arlo bitch slaps Ace, he's
Ace will hit him back.
walking and he can hit him back.
Yeah.
Benny's not there
And he's
yet.
just sitting there being like, please
Yeah.
stop hitting me.
But now,
Oh.
now there's this like weird, funny thing where like Ziggy will come running hard and Benny will like squeal and like, "Ah," like and
Get
come into me,
excited.
but like he's like scared and he's like running fast. And everyone's always like, wow, your baby's so advanced. He's crawling. I'm like,
like,
come
just
to my
scared.
house.
Yeah.
Come to my house and see what he's running away from.
I
And
don't blame him. I would run too.
I would be crawling in 3 seconds. He's going to be walking
It's-
soon too.
I know. It's so fast.
It's so fast.
It's like
so
in
fast.
2.5 seconds, they are complete grown-ups. Like Ace is turning 2 in a
It's
couple
really
weeks.
fucked up.
I literally felt like we were just sitting here and I was like, oh, like I have like, a little baby. 2.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. So I think, obviously you can Google a million things, but like,
Yes.
what are some things about life with 2 that like you didn't really expect, you didn't really know, kind of like took you off guard or whatever?
Okay, well, to me, one of the first big ones obviously was mom guilt in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like major, major mom guilt. And someone just asked me, I was like, honestly, if your kid is old enough that they're already in daycare or nursery or a program, you'll feel a little bit better because they're at school all day. So you get time
Yes.
with your newborn.
You're not choosing.
You're not
There's no
choosing.
choice.
And then when that kid gets home from school, I would pass the baby off and
Yeah.
show your kid that you have all that. So I did that and I felt better about it. Obviously, the mornings are tough because like you're literally attached to the baby. So mom guilt for sure in the beginning. And then I don't know, like now I don't have mom guilt at all. I feel like I
Because
do
you can do one activity with both of them.
Like
you're not choosing.
we started reading books to both of them at nighttime. Like everything is kind of like together.
Yeah.
But that middle where it's like you're going to one kid or you and your husband or your partner are like 1-to-1. But like
It's really
that won't
tough.
happen till the baby is like 2 years old, where
Yeah.
it's an actual human.
Yeah, like right now, Benny's 8 months, Ziggy's 3 and a bit.
Yeah.
So we're slowly getting there. Like we can bring Benny in the room and do
Yes.
bedtime. Like it's still Ziggy's bedtime,
Yes.
but he's there. Like he
Yes.
doesn't have to be in another room.
No.
He's like more on an easier schedule. He's
Yes.
not like feeding every 2 hours. That it's just like
So you got to include
it's
him in
getting
more
better. Like they're
things.
both kind of going to bed between 7 and 8. So like there's just like one bath
Right.
time, one bedtime.
I love that.
But there is a period where it's completely separate. And you have
The
to
beginning
like,
is completely separate.
I think it's really hard for the mom specifically because the mom is with the newborn
Yes.
and the dad is with the older
you-
kid, usually because you're breastfeeding.
You feel like you're missing out.
And you really feel like you're missing out. An interesting thing I started doing was I asked Josh to start doing a lot more stuff in Ziggy's room where I had the camera
So you
and I
can
watched
watch.
it and listened. And it was like a
Shame.
TV show for
I
me.
know, but shame.
And
but that's life. Like there's nothing you can do about
But
it.
I liked that a lot. I thought it like really, really helped. But the sleep thing really is like
Oh yeah,
it's
let's get into the sleep
fucked
thing.
up. Like you think it's gonna be bad. Maybe I just am really bad, but it was really bad. Like there was one point for a month, I think, that I was just going back and forth to the room.
Yes.
Baby, Ziggy. Baby,
Ziggy.
It's like
all night. Yeah. So so with that, obviously it depends on the age of the kid. We're basically in the beginning of like literal toddler life where they adjusted to a bed. You were pregnant, he went into a bed. Same thing with Arlo. Like Ace was born and then we put Arlo into a bed. So it's all transitions for us and for them.
Yes, it's a lot.
And they're so close in age. Even Benny and Ziggy are still very close in age.
Yeah, they're
where
2.5.
They still need mommy. They are still babies. And you're running, yeah, exactly what you're saying. You're running from room.
And then it was also like the bedtime hour where they both wanted me.
Yes.
Like you actually wanted to be in two places at once.
But you couldn't.
And you physically couldn't. And that to me was the worst mom guilt. Like at least in the day when you're playing, like anyone can play with your kids.
100%.
Or like when the baby's so young, it's a newborn, like you said, like they're nothing. They're just
nothing.
like anybody
just
could
there.
watch them. It's not a thing. Now Benny has preferences. He's 8 months. He knows who mommy is. He knows who daddy is. He knows who
100%.
random people are.
100%.
And your older kid is like, what the hell? I always got mommy for
to put me to
bedtime.
bed.
And now what's this bullshit of
Right.
somebody else in here? Like
Yeah.
they don't like it.
They don't like it.
And there was like,
So someone told us you have to take turns. That's what our sleep coach said, that he can't expect you every single night. Tonight, it's daddy's turn to put you to bed. And tomorrow, you'll see mommy. So go give mommy a kiss goodnight.
I need to do that.
And you will see mommy in the morning.
Do that.
And
It's
he's
all
old
me.
enough now where you could put it on a calendar and do like blue sticker for daddy, pink sticker for mommy. And he'll know that today it's the pink sticker. Mommy is putting me to bed.
That's a great tip.
I know.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
I like this because
And
it's
then-
only me.
No. So
Like literally my life is work all day, get home, be with kids. I have to do Benny's bedtime first because he wants mommy.
Yes.
I have to do Ziggy's bedtime second because he wants mommy. Then it's like 9:30
No.
by the time I'm like out of there. And then they wake up at fucking 6 a.m. and it's like,
mommy. No, you're going to start a sticker thing. And Ziggy likes stickers and you're going to show it to him. They're visual.
Yes,
at that
it's
age.
true.
They want to see. So if he has it in your kitchen and he's like, oh, it's pink today. It's mommy's putting me to bed. But tomorrow you're not putting him to bed. You'll give him a kiss before and then he won't see you till the next morning.
Okay, I'm going to try this because it's like crazy right now. I'm just like constantly doing
No, that's what she told us to
bedtime. Okay.
Because Arlo only wanted daddy, but that's fine. We don't have to talk about that.
He only wanted
daddy.
Really?
Because Adam wasn't home so much. So he's like, that's my time with daddy.
Right. Another thing that I didn't realize was like when you're eventually going to be alone with your kids, like
Yes,
you and your husband can't watch them.
Do you remember at the birthday party where he left me?
Right. Indefinitely. Like you're going to end up being alone.
Yes.
And I think the one thing I didn't realize is how like not fun mom I would be. Like I'm the most fun mom when I was Ziggy one-on-one of like running around and doing jumps and Josh is like, you're crazy. And I'm like, whatever, it's fun. Like I have a 2-year-old once in my life.
You're
like,
only managing one.
But now when I have both of them, I'm like yelling at Ziggy all the time.
You're
Don't
mean
touch Benny.
mom.
No.
Yeah, because you're scared.
Right. And
you're
I'm playing,
scared
like,
that something's going to happen. You can't focus it on one child. You're like, I don't want one to kill the other.
Right. And like I didn't realize how much I would actually have to like play defense of like, and now Benny's moving too. So I'm like following him. Ziggy's running here. They're like bashing together. I'm like, oh my God. And then the baby proofing. So you think baby proofing is like tough when you have one kid. When you have two,
you have to be extra
it's
careful.
So scary.
Yes.
So scary. Like don't buy people plastic crappy toys.
No.
Because those things break.
Yes.
And it's just a hazard in front of you.
A lot of it is
like,
a hazard.
Everybody buys Ziggy random shit and it's crappy. And
it's just everywhere.
Pop off.
Oh, I throw out stuff all the time. I throw out little pieces that come with those toys. You know, those like little pieces.
Like, please, like who design? Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's one thing to design a toy for a kid.
I know.
95% of the world have siblings.
And you know, the biggest,
are you okay? Like, dumb.
And also the magnets. You know, a lot of those toys that have like magnets on it.
It's scary.
Scares the shit out of me. If anyone brings that to my house, it's going straight into the garbage.
Apparently I read something, this girl on Instagram was saying that they've now make like the batteries so they color the tongue.
Yeah.
Blue.
So you could tell.
So you know if
That's
they swallowed
really
it. And the taste apparently is like vile. So they'd be like coming in freaking out. Hopefully spit it out.
Yeah.
Or at a minimum you see it on their tongue and then they can do it.
That's really smart. Like Ace puts everything in his mouth and he's 2.
Gets scary. Our friend is like a top GI doctor at the kids here. And she's like, the amount of shit that I see in kids' stomachs that come in, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's really fucking scary.
Yeah, no, you have to watch them like a hawk.
A hawk. Like literally today, I was trying to get ready packing my bag, and I turn around for 1 second, and Benny like smashed his head,
Yep.
like gushing blood everywhere.
Yep.
No, I'm like,
No. You got to watch them, and you're still going to watch them because then what? They're going to be 5, 6 literally on top of each other.
no, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the boys is like another level of like
them jumping together on the bed where one smashes one head to the other and then they think it's really funny.
I know.
It's not funny.
I know. And like some of my
But you can't stop it. The biggest thing is you can't stop everything.
No.
Because they have to live and
then they're going to be like scaredy cats their whole
life. Then they have to learn. Yeah, you fall off the bed once. Okay, you fall off the bed twice. You're not going to do it again.
I know, but it doesn't really work. Like today, Ziggy was standing on a stool, fell right off the stool, almost broke his arm, got back up, sat down.
They have no fear.
3 seconds later, standing.
It's like a little. I'm like happy about it a little bit that they have no fear, but then it scares me a lot of the time.
No, it's free. It freaks me out
that they have no fear.
Yes, it's great to like try new activities. Like I love it. Like he wants to go skateboarding down ramps. I'm like the most scary thing to me, but like he loves it. But
then they're gonna learn.
Then he's not gonna do so. What is he gonna do? Sit on the couch all day?
No,
and, like,
then he's gonna learn. It's gonna hurt him. Like what Arlo smashed his face into a wall. So you know what? Upstairs, he's not running as fast. If that makes sense.
No, 100%.
So like things like that will happen. You will have some visits to the ER, and then they're gonna learn.
That's Siggy almost severed his toe off.
There you go.
Not from a sibling issue, but he literally pulled this like marble something down. I did not think he could have moved that thing.
They're strong.
Right on his toe, like dangling off by a thread.
Ah!
We had to like rush. Ugh, this was disgusting. His toe's fine. No. It's saved, but it's gross.
Boys take it to
another level. Yeah.
That's what it is. And don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's girls that are wild and rambunctious and everything, but boys just, they really just take it to the next level.
But they say like there's like they literally have testosterone. They have balls. They have testosterone from the time they're born. Like it's not crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say that you're usually more traumatized than them. Like they don't remember.
They don't give a fuck. Arlo flew off the bed. I thought my heart was literally coming out of its chest. It literally looked like he like broke his neck and he's literally like, "Can I do it again?"
Yeah.
No, you can't fucking do it again. Oh my God.
But I think on the flip side of things, like it's some of the cutest moments I've
ever
just, like,
seen in my life.
I've just died and gone to heaven.
I know.
Like fuck me up.
When they kiss and when they hug and when Benny starts talking and he'll be like, "My brother," you're gonna throw up like of excitement. Like it's like cute. So Arlo's home first from school, and when Ace comes in, he's like, Arlo. It's game over.
That's really cute. And yeah, Ziggy's right now is like, "Where's my Benny?
Yeah.
I need my Benny."
Yeah.
And he like, "Well, I want to kiss him and love him." And he like choke holds him and like drags him.
No, they love each other. Love each other.
It's very cute. Now he wants to feed him. He wants to do everything with him.
Good.
But this is where I say, like, if I have a third, are they gonna not be best friends?
Okay, so I always talk about that. They'll be fine. And by the time you have a third, like it'll be different. I don't know. I don't know. I have the exact same thought. Like also like these two are literally 16 months apart. Like they're literally
best friends.
They're twins. To me right now, and like Ace is almost Arlo's height. Like to me, I have twins. Everything we do is twins.
You buy 2 of everything.
I have to buy 2 of everything. They're matching jackets. I wanted twins. I got twins.
You got twins. You're close to Irish twins.
And a third one, you know what? They'll just embrace it.
They'll figure it out.
And it'll be so different. Also.
Yours is just going to be a lot younger. So it'll be like, you'll have like twins and another kid.
And they'll like love the baby. Like Ace loves babies.
I know. I feel like I asked Ziggy, I'm like, "Do you want me to have a third?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do you want a brother or sister?" He's like, "Benny needs a brother."
Benny
needs a brother so Benny can beat up the brother.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for
So Benny can do what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I guess
so you find their relationships change as they got older.
Oh my God. It's like night and day. They play together. Like
and it's easier for you.
They're literally like conspire behind Adam and I. Like when we sit in the playroom and like they run to their room, I'm not chasing them fully. I could also see it on the camera. But like they've taken all of those clothes out. They're playing together.
Future.
Or I've seen them. We have this like little car thing and I'll turn on the camera and they're sitting there and Arlo's obviously the boss because he's older. Ace, you're the passenger, sit behind me. And he's like, "Okay, Arlo." And like now they're really starting to play together.
I feel like when you're in the beginning, it's so hard to see that future. Like you're very like, like when you have one kid, you feel like you got hit with a ton of bricks because you're just like, what the fuck just happened? And then when you have the second one, I think you like expect it's gonna be hard, but you don't realize how hard it is.
No, the
because
beginning
you
is for sure hard.
literally want to be in two places at once, and you don't see that future of like
No.
they're playing together nicely and the cutesy moments. You just see like hell. Literally
I really
hell.
think that everything changes when the baby is 1.5. When
Wow,
the baby
it's a long time.
It's still a long time, but at 1.5, the baby can keep up.
Right.
Like, remember you brought Ziggy over and Ace wanted to keep up. He was just borderline there. Like, they were jumping on the trampoline. Ace wanted to jump on the trampoline. Yeah. So, like, 1.5, they're going to start keeping up.
I think, like, that's, like, probably the peak. But I would say, like, even now, like, 8 to 10 months, once the baby can, like, sit up and or crawl and or kind of, like, interact, at least you can have, like, more interactive moments.
100%.
And, like, I think that as a mom, you could handle 2 kids on your own once the little one is, like, 5-ish months.
I agree.
And the older one, whatever the age is. But, like, less than 5 months, I found it really hard to be alone. I couldn't be alone with both kids. I found it really hard.
When they both shat in their diapers and I just left them there both with shitty diapers, I was like, figure it out.
I used a lot of TV. Like, I have no shame of saying that, like, in months
you shouldn't.
0 to 5, Ziggy watched a ton of TV. Yes. I just couldn't.
But
like, if I was alone with both of them, I had to use TV.
But that's the same thing here. Like, on the weekend, you want to make lunch. Like, you think I'm watching the 2 of them?
Right.
Run around killing each other? No, the TV is on, you make lunch.
Because
they sit. The only time that they're going to sit. And then Arlo takes over the iPad and Ace doesn't get what he wants. Fine.
No, but the
Poor
other
guy.
It like you can leave your 2 now together. I guess in front of a TV is better. But like for me, I have to like run upstairs and get something, and I take Benny with me. And Ziggy's like, "Why are you taking him? Leave him. I'm playing."
Oh yeah.
I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna watch." Yeah, sure. Thanks. But like, I think also the schedules is really hard to like manage. Because the nap schedules
is the
fuck
hardest.
You up.
Yes.
Like you were in nap jail for probably a year because Ace was on 2 naps and Arlo was on 1. So you're napping 10 to 11, 12 to 2,
done.
2 to 3.
2 to 3.
Your whole day's done.
Now Ace naps during lunchtime, I guess, for Arlo. So Ace will eat a little bit earlier. Ace will go to sleep for like 2 hours, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then that really is your alone time.
Right.
With the older kid. You're like, this is my undivided attention to you. Your brother is sleeping. Let's do whatever you want to do. And then as soon as Ace wakes up, we all do snack together.
Yeah. No, that's
And
good.
then Ace eventually won't be on any nap, and then we're just going to like bang our heads against the wall.
No, but that's when your like different part of your life starts where like you're going to go on a day adventure and like you don't have to pack diapers. But see, that's your life changes. It's a decision. Yeah. It's hard.
Then you're back to square one.
But I do think that like on your 3rd kid,
you're just going everywhere.
That baby's
literally going everywhere. There's no naps.
This is actually something interesting. I think that your second, actually, it's so much easier to entertain your second than it was your first.
Right. You were talking about this
because you have the older one.
Yes, the older one's pure entertainment.
Like we used to put Miss Rachel on. I think when Ziggy was 6 months, 7 months, for an hour in the morning. I don't know. I was like, what am I going to do with this kid from 7 to 8? And then I'm like exhausted. I want to like
now
sleep
Ziggy running around, jumping.
It's so easy.
So easy.
So as hard as it is to like get through that first stage, once your baby is like able to interact, the older one is like the best TV you'll ever have for them. It's the best thing. Like someone was like, "What toys should I get them?" I'm like, they don't need toys.
Get it for Ziggy, and then Ziggy will entertain.
Exactly. But it's funny. I keep buying Benny toys now, and Ziggy's like, "Oh, this is for me." I'm like, "It's not for you. Not everything is for you.
Everything's, but everything is for them.
Everything is for them." But yeah, I think it's hard to manage the 2. It's also hard to manage the schedules. Like now I have a baby class for Benny and a taekwondo class for Ziggy, and you have to go this way there and this way there. Like you kind of like drag the second one along a little bit.
Yeah. What do you mean? Benny comes to everything.
Benny's like
I love Benny at all activities.
I know. Until he like needs to be the age to like interact. Like it's easy.
It is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's easy to bring the baby around.
It's easy to bring the baby around. I agree.
They don't care.
Especially if the older one's a little bit older.
Like you're in a bit of a tougher scenario because Ace like should be doing activities.
He is doing activities.
Right. But like now you have to like triple, like you're like on the schedules. Okay, I need this kid at 10 and then this kid also at 10. And then like match
double
thing.
booking, matching everything.
crazy.
And then eventually they're going to be in the same classes because they're so close in age that Ace will have to keep up with whatever Arlo does.
Yeah, just
So like
drag
we're
them
trying
around.
skating in January. Like Ace and Arlo are doing it at the same time.
Right. Because
Like I'm
what
not
other
doing
choice
one
do you
skating
have?
at one time, one skating at the other time.
What's the best advice someone gave you of how to manage 2 kids?
The best advice someone gave me on how to manage 2 kids.
You know that's a speaking thing? When you're in an interview or something, you're supposed to repeat the question back to the interviewer to buy you extra time to think of your answer.
Is that what I just did?
Yes, you just repeated
But I still don't know
the question.
I'm going to let you go first.
I think the best advice was someone said you have to really give your kids dedicated one-on-one time.
Right.
And you obviously want to do stuff as a family, but like it's especially now as I see Benny get older, like you really just I like to give them dedicated one-on-one time, pick an activity, like don't bring the baby with you. Like I pick Ziggy up from school now and we go do something.
You're right.
Even if it's grocery shopping.
It's just
like I literally just bring him
with him
grocery shopping and I'm not distracted and I'm not on my phone. And also like not being on your phone. Like I feel like
we're all
on our
fault
phone
for that.
I know, but like really trying to be dedicated with that. And then worst case scenario, like doing bedtime, like undivided attention bedtime, I feel like is your window of like, you had a busy day, you're working, you're not home, you're this, you're that. Like
Give
just
them
use
your
that
attention.
as your like moment to connect in a day. And I really think a half an hour of like,
you're right,
your time with them goes a long way.
You're right.
And I like for sure if you have 2 kids in the beginning, use help to take care of the baby. So that you can be with the older one. Because
the baby will never know what's going on. And Benny still does, like he understands, but like when you're with Ziggy, Benny's not upset.
No.
Like
no,
he's not
wants to be in the room with us, but
he's not like crying and like he's not like, why is my mommy not with me?
Yeah.
But Ace now is at that age where he's like, why? Like if we've left the house, me, Adam, and Arlo, Ace is crying. Why aren't you taking me with you? Because he has to nap. And we would take Arlo out when Ace is about to go for a nap.
Right. Right. No, it makes sense because what's the point? Like you're not going to all sit in the house. If you have someone here to watch the monitor, then you're good to go.
Exactly.
No, it makes sense.
But that is the best advice, like giving them both separate attention. So we just, last night I did 8. Sometimes we put them together. But last night I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit with Ace and I'm going to read Ace a book. Tonight's our night. He was so excited.
Oh, that's really cute.
Like he's at the age now. He wants to read books, drink some milk and go to bed. Yeah. They're at the same stage. So it's either you're doing it together
or separate.
Or blue sticker, pink sticker.
I'm doing the sticker thing. It's
switch it up.
Genius. I mean, Benny won't know the difference, but Ziggy will. I have to do this every night. He kicks Josh out of bed every night.
So it's going to be
he's
daddy's
like, get
night. And
out.
He's going to fight it in the beginning, but then he'll be like, oh, then do a dedicated book for daddy. Like Adam, somehow I get manipulated. I have to read 3 books and Adam gets away with 1 book.
I have to read 7.
Okay. I'm with you. Adam goes
7.
in. Adam literally goes in. Arlo, they have 1 book and it's the same fucking book every fucking night. Closes his eyes, goes to bed. I'm there. We read 3 books. Arlo starts reading the book to me. I put him into bed. I give him a hug. Mommy, come back. But you know what?
I can't.
As frustrating as it is when you're exhausted from a full day and you're like, okay, it's time to go to bed. And you give that kid a hug. And he looks at you again. He goes, give me another hug. And you're done. You're like, I'm done.
I can't.
In my head, I click in again. I'm like, this is not going to last. There's going to be a time where there's no hugging before bed. It's kind of like, okay,
shut
good
the
night.
door, bye.
And he's not asking you for another hug to go to bed. And once I started realizing that, I literally like giggle inside when he's like, Mommy, can I have another hug and kiss?
You melt.
You melt.
And Josh always says to me, like, he's manipulating you. I'm like, I don't really think he's manipulating me because that implies that like I'm getting duped. I know exactly what's going on.
You know the whole
I know
routine.
exactly what's going on. I know exactly the order, and I'm totally okay with it. Yes, some days is it what I like a bit more personal time.
Of course, you're exhausted. You're like, hey, like I gave you 1 kiss. Like I'll see you in the morning.
But like when he goes, can you just stay a little bit more, please, just a little bit more? And I'm like,
it's gonna. I'm gonna say and you're gonna miss that little bit more.
Like I do. I'm a suck. I'm a big suck. And it's funny. My friend actually has a daughter and a son.
Yes.
and she had the daughter first, and she has now a son. She goes, boys are so cuddly.
So
I'm like,
cuddly.
they are.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
No, boys want
But
their
I
mummy.
really think that they're way more cuddly. I read something somewhere that said like from 0 to like 6, the boy's biggest like influence is the mom. And then from
it's all
6
dad.
to 14, it's like dad.
All
And then
dads.
from 14 plus, it's friends.
Yes.
So like
And then
you
back
got
to
2
and
more
then
years.
back to mummy.
Yeah,
No, then
true.
back to mummy.
But you got a couple more years and
I
then it's
know.
over to them.
Yeah.
Which is like,
Yeah.
it's hard to like
I know.
rationalize. I wish I could have my kids like 5 years apart to like
Enjoy
enjoy
that.
every moment fully,
Yeah, no.
but I ain't being pregnant.
Adam's going to take them both.
45.
Bye.
Yeah.
We're going to golf together.
Yeah, you'll have him, the older ones with Adam, and you'll have the baby.
Yeah. So
Hopefully it's a
let's
girl.
hopefully it's a girl.
No way.
And on that note,
So if you're expecting your second, it might be hell, but it does get better.
and it's so worth it. It's so
It is worth
worth it.
We'll let you know about expecting the third another time.
We're going to wait for that. Maybe in the new year.
Okay, bye everybody.
See you guys next week.